Hey G Squad, welcome back to sort of Is It Worth It? Today's episode we got this cool thing here, and basically what this is a brand new power bank that's from the Anker brand. So this is the one that I've been waiting for a really long time because they haven't in stock for a really long time. But now that they actually have this available, I got one of them. So this is supposed to be the most powerful power bank from the Anker brand so far that give you guys again prime technology. Give you guys 27,650 milliamp of power on here, which is more than enough for you guys to maybe even recharge your device, maybe like an iPhone like 5 times. They mentioned max power on here is 250 watts, and they mentioned how it does allow you guys to use a smart app on here, so that way you can control it on the app and look at it on the app as well, which we'll test all of that in a second. But in terms of the total output on here, when they do mention how it does provide guys 250 watts of power, that is the total power for everything together. So pretty much if you guys plug in a single output on here, it probably got up to 140 watts. If you guys plug in both of them, it will give you guys 170 max. And if you guys use everything on here, it'll give you guys up to 250 from what I understand. And for this product, you do have the option to use it with the wireless charging base, which I'll cover in a different video. For this video, I just want to show you guys what is actually included and how to use it, and how much power it does provide when you guys use it. So let's open up and show you guys what the inside looks like. So once you guys open up, here is what the product looks like. So the product itself is actually pretty big and pretty bulky. We'll show you guys that in a second. Inside right here, you can see we do have some more stuff. So take it all out. So pretty much what's included inside here, they do provide you guys a little bag that you can use to store the product inside. That way it makes it a lot easier for you to carry around when you guys are traveling. They also provide you guys a cable. The cable is a USB-C to USB-C cable that provides you guys up to 140 watts when you guys use it. And at the very bottom right here, they do provide you guys a quick starter guide to teach you guys how to set it up and how to use it. And feel free to check out all the specs on here if you guys are curious. They probably even have like the app on here to show you guys how to download it. So you probably want to download the app called the Anker app, which I already have it all set up because I do have other products from this brand. But that's pretty much everything that's included in the package. What I'm doing right now is open up and show you guys what the product looks like. Alright, so once you guys take it out, this is what the product looks like. If you guys saw my previous video, I actually cover like the smaller one in terms of the 20,000 milliamp and the 12,000 milliamp one. Those I will cover in different videos, compare it with this one in terms of what you guys do get. Like I mentioned, I just want to show you guys what's on here first for this video. So pretty much in the front, they do give you as a brand name. This part right here should be the display screen that will turn on when you guys press the button on the side here. So for example, if you guys do press on it, this is what the screen looks like. It might be hard for you guys to see because of the light that's on right now, but you do have the option to increase and lower the brightness on here if you guys do need to. But pretty much right now it's showing at 12%. If you guys do press the button on here, it allows you guys to change the setting on here. So feel free to connect it onto Bluetooth and everything else, which I'll show you guys in a second. The top part right here, you can see we do have 2 USB-C option and 1 USB. So feel free to use all 3 of them at the same time, or 1 of them or 2 of them at the same time. So that is the top part there. And then right here, we do have the wireless charging option for you guys to fast charge the product if you guys want to use the option. But like I mentioned, I'll cover that in a different video. But that is pretty much everything that's on the product. So very similar design in terms of what you guys do get compared to the other one in terms of the smaller version. But this one definitely gives you guys a lot more power when you guys use it, and also you guys app control. So before we connect it on the app and everything, let me show you guys how much power it does provide when you guys do that. Let's try out the input option first. So what I want to do is use the cable that's provided, and we're going to plug it in directly onto the wall charger to see how much power it does provide when we do use the product. So in order for us to get the max power on here, I'm going to use this wall charger from the Anker brand that provides you guys up to 140 watts. So if you guys do plug in cable here, we're going to plug this into the wall outlet. And then other side right here, we're going to plug it onto the actual device. So the way how they designed it allows you guys to use both of these as input or output, and that one only as output. So you can plug it into either one of these. So let's do plug it in. Once you guys do plug it in, you should be able to see how much power it does provide when you guys use it on here. So currently it's around 12.3%. And you guys see how the number is going up. Like I mentioned, it might be hard for you guys to see it in the video because of the glare, but it should be right there if you see. So definitely probably a lot of power when you guys do use it. This one goes as high as 140 watts when you guys use it. So right there, if you see. So definitely will provide you guys a lot of power and fast charge your power bank when you guys do use a correct output. Like right now, we went from 12% to 14% already within a few minutes. But now that we test out the input option, let's try the output option to see how much power it does provide. So what I'm going to do for this test is we're going to plug in my Apple cable onto my MacBook Pro, which is currently dead. That way you can see how much power it does provide. So right here, I do have my Apple cable. If you guys do plug it in. Other side, I want to plug it into my laptop, which is right here, my MacBook Pro 16-inch. Once you guys plug it in, it starts charging. But because it's completely dead right now, it might take some time for it to kind of load up. But when you guys do look at how much power that it does provide on here, it definitely provides a lot of power, you can see. Like right now, it's going as high as 136 watts when you guys do use that. So definitely more than enough power for you guys to recharge like a MacBook Air or any other device that's USB-C compatible. And I believe if you guys do run stuff in the background as your percentage on here is pretty low, it probably can go higher to like maybe 139. So right now when I do turn on the actual computer and load some stuff in the background, let's see what happens. All right, so it's still maintaining around 136 watts when you guys use it with their other stuff in the background, you can see. So definitely probably got a lot of power on here when you guys use single output, you can see. But the product definitely does work when you guys do that. What I'm doing right now is connect on an app and show you guys how it does work. All right, so what you guys want to do is to go onto your Anker app right here, and you guys want to add your device on top right corner. Once you guys go to this page right here, it should find the device. Once you guys turn Bluetooth on your device. So like I showed you guys earlier, you guys want to press the button on side. And once you guys get to this page right here, it tells you guys to double tap it. That way you can activate the Bluetooth on here. So now you guys can go back to your app and click on add device again. And now find the device on here and see. So I just want to connect it. So right now it's looking for the device. Once you find the device, it will tell you guys to change the name on here. So feel free to just leave it as Prime Power Bank if you guys want to, or change it to something else. Once you guys got it all connected, this is what the app looks like. So very cool design for the app. How they do show you guys the input on here, which one you're using for C1, C2, or A option. Total input on here is 139, and output on here is 0 because we're not using it at the moment. And they even give you guys an option on here to look at how much charge is available when you guys use the different device. So feel free to use that option on here if you guys want to. And I love how it does show you guys the time that's remained on here that will take to recharge it, which is 39 minutes, which is really fast from 15% to 100. If you guys do click on the top right corner, you do have the option to go to the setting page here. So feel free to use all the different settings available on here if you guys want to as well. So now that we try to use the input and output separately, let's see what happens if you guys would use it at the same time. So currently I do have it plugged in for the input option. If you guys plug in the output option at the same time, when you guys do look at the app, you can see how the number is slowly going up. So currently it's providing 91 watts for the output option and 130 watts for the input option. So there is a balance on here when you guys do that. But I love how they do give us the option to connect on the app to show you guys how much power that's being generated on here when you guys do that. And also when you guys do look at the app here, it also show you guys how much power that's being generated on here as well. So I love how they do provide guys more power when you guys are using input option while you guys are using output at the same time, which is pretty awesome. And you can see how it tells you guys that probably take 2 hours to recharge it if you guys were to use the input at the same time as the output. If you guys do unplug the input option, it resets and it shows you guys how much more power it does provide afterward. You can see. So now it's at 125 watts and now it's at 136. So the product definitely does work and it does provide a lot of power on here when you guys use that. So what I'm doing right now is to plug in 2 cables at the same time for both output at the same time and see what happens. So I'm gonna plug in one of the cable from a MacBook Pro that we have right here. And I'll plug the other one from a MacBook Air right here that's 13 inch, sorry. For both of them right now, the battery on here is dead for this one. And it is around like 5-10% for the other one. But let's plug in cable and give it a try and see how much power it does provide when you guys use both of them at the same time. All right, so we got both of them plugged in right here. And when you guys look at how much power that does provide on here, it definitely probably has a lot of power on here and it's spread out between both of them. So the MacBook Pro is providing around 136 watts and the MacBook Air is providing around 62 watts. So you do have the option to charge 2 devices at the same time for the MacBook devices if you guys want to. Just keep in mind the max for one of them is 140 and the other one will be a little bit lower. And because we are charging MacBook Air, it doesn't provide us as much power because it goes as high as 62 watts, you can see. So maybe if you guys plug in like 2 MacBook Pro at the same time, then the power on here will be a little bit higher for the other output, you can see. So it does allow you guys to charge 2 laptops at the same time if you guys want to, and it does provide a lot of power on here, especially if you guys charge one of them at a time. But even if you guys do plug in 2 at the same time and see how it does probably has a lot of power on here as well, it still goes as high as 130 watts for one output at a time, which is really awesome. So obviously for this device, they do give you guys everything that you guys need in terms of the overcharge protection, over voltage protection, and also the protection on here. If you guys want to leave it charging overnight, it is safe as well, which is really awesome. And because it does give you guys the GaN Prime technology on here, it allows it to be much smaller than your typical device, which is really awesome as well. So that is pretty much everything that's on the product. Now that we show you guys how the product works and what you guys do get, now to answer the question of whether or not it's worth it or not. So for this product, I do have to say that it's pretty worth it. If you guys want to need one of these, especially if you guys are in the market looking for a high quality power bank to use when you guys are maybe going on a trip or something, or if you guys just want to have a power bank just in general when you guys are going camping, that we can use it to recharge your laptop or any other device that USB or USB-C compatible, then I do have to say that it's pretty worth it. But then obviously for those of you guys who don't want or don't need one or have one of these, obviously don't buy one and save them on something else that you actually do need. So that's basically everything for this video itself. If you guys like this video, make sure to smash that like button in the bottom. That will definitely help this video out, and it'll definitely help with the algorithm as well to promote more videos for you guys so you guys can see more of the videos or similar videos as well. But as always, make sure to stay positive, be you, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of Is It Worth It? Peace.